Hey, this is Dillard, Georgia. This is August the 5th, Friday, August the 5th, and this is the first day of our contest.
How many volunteers you got, and how many do you need, and where do you find them?
Well, actually, for a contest like this, it takes about 100 volunteers, I guess. We have about, we don't have quite that many, so we have to, some of them have to do double duty. And we find them from everywhere, from our sponsors. They'll provide volunteers for us, and there's people who have come out here. A vital part of any kind of contest of this size. So,
well, if you didn't have volunteers, how much more would it cost you to put it on?
thousands of dollars, because you'd have to hire the labor to come out and, you're basically setting up a small city here where you've got, for every team, that's like a house that has to be provided with power and water. So it's quite a job to provide, the infrastructure for it. So that's, the volunteers are needed for that, and to also,
direct traffic.
Direct traffic, yeah, that's a big problem. Parking is a huge problem, especially here in Dillard, because there's really no parking lots. We're fortunate that we're next door to the head of Tennessee Baptist Church, and they have graciously. As a matter of fact, there goes Young Porter right now, who's the pastor of the church, and he's quite unusual in that he leads his congregation by example. He's out here for the whole contest, picking up trash, hauling it to the dumpster, and you don't see too many preachers that'll do something like that. So he's quite unusual and really an asset to us.
Now, how many years has the Dillard contest been going, and what made y'all decide to put it together?
This is our 9th year, and we just decided that it's sponsored by the Dillard Merchants Association, Dillard Merchants and Tourists Association, and this is like I said, our 9th one. But our very first one was just a backyard contest, and we were looking for something to bring people to the area in a way to, stimulate the economy, get people to know what Dillard has to offer. We're a quaint little mountain town.
Now, wait a minute. A barbecue contest has an economic impact?
Well, sure it does.
Now, what kind of economic impact would a barbecue contest have?
Well, like for example, it takes, we've got 58 teams, and each one of these teams has between 4 and 5 team members. And each one of those team members usually has a wife that comes along with them. They filled up every motel room here. Our contest is kind of unique because we have the Dillard House right here on site, just about. I mean, we're in the Dillard House backyard, so and the cookers and the judges all love it because they've got a contest they can just walk out of their motel room and walk about 15-20 feet, and they're in the cook site. So they think that's really great. And as far as the judges, we have judges that come from as far away as California. We've got one, Howard Lewis, that's been here since '99, and has come every year since then. And, so they'll come. The judges will come a long way, and they, each one of them has to have a motel room. Some of them have motorhomes and things like that.
Now, you pay the judges way to come, right?
Oh no, no, judges strictly volunteers. So everything they do is just for the love of barbecue. And coming a long way just for a free barbecue dinner is not something they,
Yes, but it's an awful good barbecue dinner.
Well, it is that. It's very good. But yes, it does stimulate our economy, mainly the restaurants and the motels. But like I said, all these team members that come along, they'll have wives that aren't particularly interested in barbecue that much, and they can only stand so much of sitting around at the campsite and chewing the fat with their husbands, so they've got to get out and they like to go shopping.
Oh, are there things to buy here?
Dillard's full of antique shops and all kind of little quaint shops and gift shops like that. But we're quite known for our antique shops, so they do like to get out and shop. So yeah, they very definitely stimulate the economy here.
Now, I noticed tonight you have on your anything but, you've got grits and you've got mountain trout.
Yes, we try to do things that are indigenous to our region.
Now, do you have the mountain trout donated?
Trout farm. Yes, we do. Betty's Creek Road here, just about 5 miles out Betty's Creek there.
And they can fix it any way they want to?
Any way they want to. I just picked up the trout this morning. They were caught this morning, cleaned this morning. They've just gutted them, left the heads on there. The grits are also made out Betty's Creek Road at a place called Barker's Creek Mill. It's one of the last stone ground mills.
Anything in that too, right?
Yes. All we ask is that is the grits be an integral part of the recipe. And grits are kind of like flour or anything like that. You know, it kind of disappears in the product, you know, when it's cooked. So we leave it to the integrity of the judges to the integrity of the cooks to make sure that they do have grits in there. They don't have to use the grits that we provide. When the cookers check in, we give them a head of cabbage, their trout, and bag of